We are having a day at the MLB store, getting you set for Rivalry weekend. Mets Yankees. Whole station's been out here. Boomer and Gio this morning. Craig and Big Mac will be here at 2 o'clock. Tiki and I here until 2 o'clock. And joining us right now, two fine gentlemen, two great Yankee fans, two people that enjoy their content. We got Joez McFly. We got Jake. Two great Yankee fans, two people that enjoy their content. We got Joez McFly. We got Jake from Talkin Yanks. I've been listening to Jake since like 2019. Arguing about the DH, if you recall. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. It's good to be here.
Which side were you on?
Not to come out too corny. Shout out to your guys' crew. This operation that's going on right now, and thank you guys for all these free hats. We're just going to
Yeah.
Is that not how it works?
Right. This is a combination operation, by the way, because this is us for YouTube, and then you got
Yeah,
S and Y
dude.
behind them.
It's nuts,
The change out at 2 o'clock is going to be like magic. It's going to happen, and it's going to be Craig here.
We're good, man. Jomboy sends his best. He
tore his Achilles?
Tore his Achilles.
How'd that happen?
Because he thinks he's an athlete?
It was in our warehouse
Okay.
that Tiki just visited, so I'm glad you're okay. But yeah, he's good. He just upgraded to a new boot, so he's starting to get around, but he sends his best.
Excellent.
Well,
I had
he-
a good time over at the warehouse. You guys do a good job.
Thank
It was
you.
fun.
That's awesome. Well, good luck on the rehab. The Achilles can be a dangerous thing. We've talked a lot about the Met fan trying to believe in their team. The Yankee fan is very different. It's more whenever they slump, not that they're going to miss the playoffs, but this isn't a championship team. Boone can't manage a championship
We already had
team.
one of those calls already.
Yeah, that usually happens. So, state of the Yankees, I'll start with you, Joez. How do you feel about this team as it stands right now? Obviously, a tough patch over the last week, but what's kind of the mood of the team right now for you?
I think anytime you can have good pitching, you have a lot of confidence, right? So, like, for me, I'm excited because, you know, you come in with, you got these pitchers, but you don't really know. People get hurt all the time.
Yep.
And now this week we're freed, and it's like the first little stumble. And I think we'll come out of it pretty fine. I'm pretty confident. I'm really happy with the team, what's going on.
You feeling that way, too?
They're good.
Yeah.
It's what level of good? That the American League, nobody's jumped out. Besides the Rays, which, okay, let's see what goes on
Yeah,
there.
but do you really believe in the Rays?
They went back home.
There's a reason I phrased it like that, you know?
They went back home.
I mean, I don't.
They're a guy away. Like if
Their pitching is
if
good
I saw
also.
in June the Rays call up some prospect that started hitting 600-foot home runs, then I'm like, okay, now
Right.
I have to worry about the Rays. No, the Yankees are good, and we've been doing this since the offseason. It's what's our bullpen going to look like in August? Because the Yankees will trade for actual bullpen pieces.
Right.
They've proved that. They have prospects they're hiding. If the Yankees had a playoff game tomorrow, LeGrand would be in the bullpen. So the Yankees are good. It's how are they going to evolve? And I'll tell you what, the drama's picking up. I mean, with some of the Volpe stuff going on right now, like the drama that is the Yankees is hot right now.
Yeah, drama in what way? Because you don't trust Anthony Volpe anymore? Because you know that Brian Cashman or Aaron Boone are going to push him into a spot where he needs to perform and he's not. Like, what's the drama with him?
I'll say this before the comma. I don't think the Yankees did Volpe a lot of favors. / they did him a big favor by playing all the time. That Yankee fans are really mad about the quote right now, and they kind of should be because he got the opportunity. I'm mad the Yankees didn't tell him for 3 years, like, hey, dude, this isn't cutting it. They kept telling him we would say they do toxic positivity. They'd be like, you're the man, dude.
I like
you
that.
got this, even though you're not hitting and you're struggling. So
Don't believe your lying eyes.
I feel bad that he's in this spot now. But, hey, it's also baseball. Like, he's playing tonight. Have a big weekend, you know, and, like, change your own narrative. But, yeah, there's always something.
They have to – I was saying this the other day. They have to treat him like a failed prospect, which is he is a fill-in replacing the injured shortstop.
Yeah.
I use the analogy. The Mets have a guy who you may not even see this weekend named Vidal Brujan. He's the last guy on the roster. He used to be a prospect. He's not a prospect anymore. And so I almost think that the Yankees and the Yankee fan, I know it's tough to separate this because you heard so much hype about him. He played so much for 3 years. You just have to look at him as he's the guy filling in at shortstop until the regular is healthy.
Yeah, and that's why I have the biggest problem with the quotes of, it's out of my control kind of thing. It's a sink or swim league, in my opinion. I think, Judge, when he came up, he struck out a whole bunch.
Right.
And people forget about 2016 and how much he struggled. He had to fight for a job in 2017.
He had to perform.
Right. So I think that's just what it is in this league, and it's just
or what it should be.
what it should be.
What it should be.
There shouldn't be like a promised spot. I mean, we only got 26 of these. So
No, I get you.
got to fight for them. So it's pretty tough that's the mental side of it, and it's within your control. Probably.
What are you taking out of this Subway Series, if anything, no matter how it goes?
What am I taking out of this? Honestly, it's a little more eyes on the Mets. I mean, I do Talkin baseball, which that's our we did Talkin Yanks, and people wanted more, so we were like, all right, let's go for the whole thing, and so that's been rolling.
I got to learn about the Mets.
Yeah, now I got to pay attention because the Mets, they've been looking for something to dig their cleats in, and I think it's 7 out of 10 now. You sweep the Tigers. If they beat the Yankees, that hope starts to sneak in just a little bit.
Yeah.
I know it's not full, but that starts to sneak in. So I'm watching that. With the Yankees, they've been playing a worse brand of baseball, but also the names have changed. The bottom of the lineup right now, McMahon's moved up to 6, which I like McMahon, but I like him for his glove. Spencer Jones trying to figure it out. It's Volpe back there. It's Wells who's in a slump. So the names, there's no Stan right now. So I'm trying not to fully judge the Yankees right now because they feel incomplete. That I guess I'm watching a little more to see what the Mets. If the Mets have a little, let's do this season.
The Mets need the wins. Like if the Yankees lose this series, it would be a disappointing series loss to a team.
Don't tell that
that's
to
not
Joe.
good.
I think
you disagree with that?
I think the Yankees need the wins.
You don't need
Yes.
it. You're good. You'll be fine.
Yankees also
until you're
lost
not.
the division by like a game.
I get you.
So,
I get you.
Yes.
They need
Technically half
every
a game, right? Half a game.
Yes,
Because
half a
they
game.
tied it.
So,
They didn't have the tiebreaker.
Mets, sure, you guys losing right now, but I need the Yankees to put the pedal to the metal. He just got swept in Milwaukee.
I understand.
Had a tough road trip. Come back home, even though this is part of the road trip, and beat the Mets.
Yeah, but here's the difference, all right? And I'm going to use a phrase on purpose to bother you. If you lose all 3 games to the Mets, not predicting it, just saying, let's say that happens.
That's a tough
Your
week.
manager will
It's fine as long as it's not Juan Soto doing all the damage.
Your manager, rightfully so, will probably bang on the desk and say, it's all right in front of us, and he'll be right. If the Mets get swept and they're 10 games under 500, the all right in front of us becomes very foggy. So from that standpoint, the Mets need to kind of get out of the valley they created. You're right. Look, of course every game matters from the context of you don't want to lose the division by a tiebreaker. Of course, I respect that. But you guys are good and will be fine. The Mets may not be fine. I don't think they're going to be fine, despite Met fans telling me, don't worry, we're back. So that's why these games, in a lot of ways, just matter more for the Mets. I'm sorry.
I'm sure they do. For you. My thing is the Yankees
You're
every year.
patronizing me right now, aren't you?
Yes.
Every year,
When
I
you
feel
get close
like
to 500,
the Yankees,
they'll stop.
Yeah, the Yankees go through this June swoon
Yes.
you've heard about.
But it's May 15th,
It
dude.
is. You're right. And
It's not even
I don't
close
want
to
it
that.
earlier.
That's why I think it's important because it's not June yet.
Yes. So you got Rodon coming back. He's pitching in the series. I think that it'll be good for the Yankees to kind of stop this little skid that they're on to show that they're able to do that and just kind of beat these. And you know what? I want to see some one-run games. That's what I want to see. And the Yankees winning.
Do Met fans annoy you? Be honest with me. It's okay. Honest place. Good place.
Do they annoy me?
Do you hate the Met fan? Is really what
No,
you're
no, I don't hate the Met fan. I don't hate the Mets. I'm indifferent
It's so common now.
about
Yeah.
them.
You're
It's
indifferent.
the other way.
Yeah, I'm very indifferent about
The Mets hate the Yankees.
I do want.
It's
don't
toxic.
Don't get me
Use
on
your
the
word.
Thank you.
don't get me on a
Soapbox?
yeah, don't get me on a soapbox talking about like what I want to do with expansion and all of that stuff. I want to put the Yankees and the Mets in the same division. That's me. And then I would have reason to then hate them, right? But
Well, yes. And it'd
But
be
yeah.
understandable.
yes.
Yeah.
But that's basically where I'm at. That's where I'm at with the Mets.
The Mets are a necessary evil.
Yeah.
That's
They're
it.
there.
Necessary
Yeah.
evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, in case like
For what it's
a brother
supposed
of
to
mine
be.
wants to make a
Right.
mistake and choose that team. Like, I understand.
If the Mets swept the Yankees this weekend, would you take it harder than being swept by the Brewers, another National League team? Would it bother you more to be swept by the Mets than the Brewers?
Yes, because
Yes.
the Brewers are a good team, and the Mets are way under 500.
I set you up. No, but it would bother you because fans are annoying. And it may not be me who's the annoying one, though we could differ on that. But there are Met fans in your lives. It's kind of the way I look at the Yankees because I always downplay the Subway Series. I'm always like, dude, I'd rather beat the Braves than the Yankees. I'd rather beat the Phillies than the Yankees. And mathematically, I'm right. Standings-wise, I'm right. But here's what I don't want. And you guys are good guys, but you can be annoying sometimes, especially you, Joes. I don't want to lose to you. I don't want to hear it.
It's getting real up here.
I don't want to hear it. And you feel the same way because you could say it to me. You could say, Evan, you're annoying too. It's okay. And then we
Yeah.
could hug. Because Met fans can be annoying. I'm one of them.
As the face of the Mets, Evan, you just give a terrible example of why
That's the problem.
Yankee fans should hate Met fans.
You should. They're annoying. They win all 3 games. You don't think they're going to be bothering
I'll
you?
say
That was
Jake,
so
the only
rude.
thing
They're
I would
guests.
say the same thing. We kind of had a standard speech, like Red Sox, obviously, or AL
right.
East, because that matters more in the scope of the
100%.
season.
Agreed, yeah.
But my first Subway Series game was the Lindor Stanton yelling at each other around the bases. And I'll say something. The stands that night was fun because it was New York, so it has more juice. But like, until it's a Subway Series again in October, which that's my sports dream. Like that's
You want
while
that.
I'm living in the city. If I could get a Subway Series, that would. If I could sign the Devil's piece of paper right now and see that, I would love that.
Even for the risk of losing?
Well, so Joez would say this. The 2024 Yankees, we were nervous because we were like, this team makes a ton of mistakes.
Yeah.
They're kind of good, but they make a ton of mistakes.
And they get to the World Series.
We
and what happens?
We did have a little bit of fear if the Mets made it to the World Series. If we lost to the New York Mets, our whole existence
that's the hell
changed.
you want.
You start talking differently.
No, that's different.
You're Dylan
1,000%.
Betances' height. Like the world changes.
You're right, by the way.
Yes.
Like, I am a little scared
It's funny. I
loser
didn't even
fan.
think about that.
Yeah, man.
He's right. It changes who we are. Like, I would be a different person if the Mets not only won a World Series, but beat the New York Yankees. And that's a lot of risk for you guys, which is why I wouldn't want to face the Mets in the World Series. If you beat us, you've already done it. Now, I don't know. How old were you in 2000?
I was 11.
So you remember it.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I was there.
Okay.
Pretty baby face, thank you.
But
You're still baby.
Yeah.
you really are.
Yeah.
You can't risk losing that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, no, that when people are saying I want the Mets, I'm like, you guys are crazy. Like I lived through 2000, and that was like anxiety every single game, and then I'm like, that didn't have social media, so like,
Right.
I don't want anything to do with that. That's crazy. I mean, that would do numbers here.
Oh, my God. And
That would be insane.
you brought up something that it's like a debate we'll probably have 30 years from now, and that is if the Mets won the NLCS in 24, what would that World Series have looked like? In 1999, when you guys were in the midst of the dynasty, the Mets also lost the 6th game to Atlanta. And I remember always saying to my friends, I'll say it all these years later, thank God, because if we beat Atlanta, you guys would have smoked us like a blunt. Like it would have been nasty. And so a part of me sleeps at night saying, you know what? We lost 1 Subway Series, not 2. I don't know about 24. Like, I can't tell you confidently we would have beaten you, but it's certainly a better debate to say.
Well,
the
you were
least.
hot at the right time.
Yeah.
And that's always dangerous, especially in a sport like baseball, where you go quiet, right? Or you get hot at certain times.
And that postseason was just so fun. Because, again, our Yankee fear was like, hey, at the end of it, when it's like, okay, the Dodgers are really good. I know we played as bad as we basically could.
But you still could have won almost every game.
But we did relive, like, okay, so our path to get there was some AL Central teams that didn't look so confident that, yeah, you guys had that good playoff juice. You guys ran into the good Dodgers team that if I wanted to be nasty, I would say I think one of the wins that you guys won, they kind of punted. Like, because they were saving their pitch.
They absolutely did.
When it's 6 games, is it 6 games? But they did that against the Yankees too, dude. Like what was that? Game 4, they
Did they
kind of let their
bullpen
backups.
that
Yes.
postseason,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, Dave Roberts.
They had 2
figured-
starters basically.
Yeah.
He said, I'd rather not waste my bullets on a game I'm likely not going to win.
Yes.
You know, it's so funny because I hear you guys do it and Met fans do it too. We complain about punt lineups and punt games.
But you know what?
This guy did it in the World
It's
Series.
actual strategy, though.
Yes.
It's
I get it.
necessary
And
sometimes.
they've won back-to-back.
I know. Oh, God.
And
That's,
they
that's
didn't
why
even-
your cousin is a genius.
Yeah.
I just thought about
Dave's my
something.
cousin. I don't know if you knew that.
Could
all
you
in the family.
imagine if
Not
they
facts.
if they would have
Can't
faced
back that up.
the Yankees, the Mets would have faced the Yankees, and then Soto leaves after the Mets
Oh.
would beat him? That would have been crazy.
Yeah, that's a weird alternate universe now, isn't
I'm
it?
glad I don't live in that reality.
I almost wonder if the Mets won the World Series if Cohen wouldn't have been as
He'd be-
aggressive in
he'd
bidding
be-
for Juan
He'd
Soto.
be Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that would be
Yes.
a Durant-like
Right.
That
thing.
would be a huge Durant-like situation.
I've been accused of trolling. I'm not trolling. I'm analyzing. So Juan Soto yesterday was asked about
Have you ever been charged guilty with that, or is it just accusations?
only once. Only once.
Okay.
You've worn some L's, though.
Okay.
I've worn some L's.
You've worn some L's.
Put it
because
this way. You want to hear real good trolling? God forbid the Knicks don't win an NBA title. Tune in. There'll be some trolling. I'll tell you that. Juan Soto was asked yesterday about the youth of the Mets, and he said, yeah, it's part of why I signed here. And I got a lot of nasty text messages from Yankee fan friends like, oh, you're full of crap, you know, the money. And I know he signed with the Mets for the money.
was
Did a
all the
comment
money.
like that, does a comment like that bother you, or is it just like, dude, whatever?
Honestly, I didn't even hear it till right now.
Really? So it
No,
didn't
I
even
didn't.
register for you?
It didn't. I don't. Listen, I like Juan Soto a lot. I watched the World Baseball Classic. I went down there, and I love what he did down there, and he's Dominican, so there's that part of me, and that's why I wanted to keep him with the Yanks also, other than him being a really good player. But I don't, spend a lot of my time, if he goes 0 for 4, a lot of people, revel in that.
Yeah.
I don't have that. There's a lot going on with, the Yanks and what I want, and there's a lot of stuff that's interesting around the league that I'm not going to sit here and wish on his struggle. That's me.
I believe you.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't believe Sean, but I actually believe you.
Well,
Sean is upset about it.
Our office right now, we're 60 people, and
I miss
I'd
him.
say 40.
I'll say
I'd say
that.
40.
60?
Crazy, dude.
What'd you guys start at?
I have no
4?
clue, bro. You saw the warehouse.
I know.
We got shirts now. We're slinging shirts over there for the Subway Series. It's out of control. But Joez McFly walked in.
making it, man.
Joez McFly walked in for the World Baseball Classic in the Soto Dominican Republic jersey, and there was a lot of people looking like, "You're sure you're good with this, right?" And Joez was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm proud about that."
You put it on confidently?
Yeah.
Confidently?
Confidently.
Not any kind of that's singed a little bit.
No, I'm fine. I love that. I seen him down there. He said, "What's up?" to me. He said, "Oh man, what's up?" I was like, "All right, we're cool."
I like you, even though you're a vet. You jilted us to go across
But
town.
you see it, Jake, as a Yankee fan and as a representative of the Yankee community, hosting a very popular podcast, that a lot of Yankee fans aren't over Soto leaving for the Mets, correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's again, we just did a whole hindsight of the 2024 playoffs. That you look at the lineup now, and it's like, okay, if Ben Rice still happens, and it was Rice, Judge, and Soto, what would that feel like? But I mean, it also Cody Bellinger off mic. We're talking about just how awesome he is to watch day in day out, defensively, base running, everything.
You're still missing Stanton.
Max Fried, which knock on wood or whatever else we got for that update. But those guys came in, and they're two of the guys that made the Yankees go from a talented but bad baseball team, that 24 team, to a good baseball team. Max Fried's been one of the best pitchers in baseball. Belly plays the game amazingly. That when you start doing that sliding doors, that I do think last year there was a couple times when, maybe it's getting late night and you're enjoying whatever you enjoy, that it's like, should I get into Mets Twitter for a little bit and mix it up? I think this year it's just kind of it's done. It feels like it feels like us diving back into the weeds just to start something, and it's like we don't need that. We have our own problems.
By the way,
we got to figure that out.
Do you do that? You got
What?
Mets burner accounts?
Oh no! I don't burn her. If I'm out there, it's me. But
Okay. I'm just saying,
it.
it could be interesting.
I prefer no burner. I go in there just.
Oh yeah, Joe's is. I don't know how you do it.
It's fun.
How do you think this weekend plays out? We'll start with you, Joes. Yankees win the series, lose the series. How do you think this plays out this weekend?
I think Yankees win 2-3, but tonight's game is going to be a really good game. Clay Holmes, I'm going to be honest, when you guys signed him, I'm like, is he going to really be a starter?
We all thought that, by the way.
He's been awesome.
He's been
this
great.
season. So
He's been a great addition, no doubt.
And Cam Schlittler's been unbelievable as well. So I'm looking forward to that matchup, and I hope it sets the tone for the whole series crowd-wise, and then everybody tries to outdo the other crowd.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting the Yankees to hit. Please hit.
I don't think that's going to happen tonight.
No.
I mean, Clay and Schlittler,
Right.
I think both teams are up
a
against.
1-0 game. Or
So
2-1
I'm
game?
hoping for a crescendo. I hope it builds up and maybe everyone sees each other's bullpens. That by Sunday we're locked in for a fumble. But tonight, with the way both these offenses are going, although Mets they just tore up the Tigers. Credit on that. But Schlittler's.
Yeah, and
That dude's different.
look,
right now,
baseball's baseball, and every time you think you haven't figured out something that makes no sense happens. The Mets are one of the worst teams in baseballs against fastballs. And now they're facing a guy who throws his fastball all the time and is pretty damn good at it, and he goes 98, 99. This is a matchup from hell for the New York Mets.
Yeah, but you got
Now they go out and score 6 runs.
You also have a revenge game for Clay Holmes.
Yeah, I don't know if is Clay looking for revenge against you guys, or is it kind of
I don't think he has that kind of emotion.
Clay doesn't live that way.
No.
Yeah.
He's emotionless.
Not his reality.
Yeah.
He's a sweet Southern man who also has one of the best sinkers baseball's ever seen. So,
Cam's awesome, man.
Cam's awesome.
Josh Jung was in our office
Yeah.
the other day. He's his fastball's unbelievable, and he's having an awesome year. He says he's got 3 different fastballs. We don't know which one's coming out.
Right.
And they come out the same arm slot. Everything's the same. It's just it's moving like this every single way. So
Right.
I love Cam Schlittler. Nobody could talk down that guy.
No, the guy he's been awesome. He's got the right attitude too. He's got that. Look, what he did to the Red Sox last year, like he's already shown you he's got the stones.
Yeah.
And then he talks crap too. Like he's got the perfect combination. So it'll be interesting, fellas. We appreciate you stopping by. Great seeing you, Joez.
you guys.
We enjoy your work.
Appreciate you.
Do a
man.
great job, Jake.
Thank you.
Great stuff.
Best.
You can check him out, Talkin Yankees, Jomboy Media. We appreciate it. We'll come right back. We'll mix in some of your calls. We'll give you what we think is going to happen in the Subway Series. And Al Leiter will join us a little bit later on as well. We are broadcasting live from the MLB Team Store. We're going to be here throughout the day until 2 o'clock. Craig Carton will take over with Big Mac at 2 o'clock.